What has become the premier matchup of the first season of Front Range League Baseball along the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado and Nebraska. This is the one. Boulder 64's and Fort Collins Foxes on a Sunday afternoon in City Park in Fort Collins. Thad Anderson on the Front Range Baseball Network. Thanks for joining us. Standings look like that. We'll revisit during the course of today's game with the Foxes front running and the Boulder 64's on their heels. At the top of the standings in the Front Range League, Dominic Selfo starting. The lefty for the Foxes pours pitch one in for a strike against the right-handed batting C.J. Trask. Trask off the top of the order for the Boulder 64's. Battery, Elijah Morales is behind the plate catching the lefty Selfo. Morales sits down on that in the 5-hole and blocks it. Points out at his pitcher, good pitch. Like that he used the dirt delivery, dirt finish. They want all the weapons available for Selfo against this potent 64's lineup. Dominic Selfo misses wide, licks the fingers, and re-racks it for a 2-1 pitch. C.J. Trask, the fixture in the leadoff spot this season for the Boulder 64's, fouls it out of play right side. 2-2 count to Trask. CJ, Oak Creek, Wisconsin, the hometown, just a little south of Milwaukee. Pitch is grounded to short. Ronan Hella picks it, throws it, and one away. Third base coach Brandon Wakefield, I think, was picking up thought it was a golf ball. Man, maybe it was just a baseball. You get golf balls on this field from the first tee box of City Park 9 out beyond the right center field fence. But that would be it'd be a bad shot and a really impressive power shot. Might have just been a ball. I thought it looked a little golfy, but that's some long grass down by the third base coaching box. Selfo's first pitch to the number 2 batter, Bryce Robinette, is a swing and a strike. One out in the top of one. 9-inning ball game from City Park. KeyBank presenting streams of Fort Collins Foxes games on the Front Range Baseball Network. The exclusive streaming partner for Foxes streams is KeyBank. 0-2 count. Selfo pops the zone. 0-2 to Robinette is up. Same guys as yesterday working the charts behind the backstop for the Foxes. Antelope Valley CC and California teammates Connor Kearns and Ryan Othen on the gun and the clipboard respectively. Pitch elevated in the zone is popped up right above me. Waiting, this tarp above me is maybe not enough to stop a crashing foul ball. That gets behind us, and the kids scramble. Road rash for somebody as they dive for that $1. Return that ball. It's $1 at the merchandise stand. 1-2 pitch from Selfo. Got him on the outside edge. Good pitch. Robinette goes down looking. Dom Selfo, nice start on the first 2 batters. He'll try to go clean out of the top of the first. Home game for the Foxes right before the 2-day All-Star hiatus. And some of these players will head up. A lot of these players from these 2 teams will head up to Gearing, Nebraska. Heavy dose of the 64's and Foxes on those All-star rosters. Bryant going to go toward right. That ball's got the gap. Jackson Bryant leading the 64's with a .518 batting average. He's been on fire all summer. And with 2 outs, he ropes a double to right center. Jackson Bryant, Missouri Western State U, his collegiate home, Aurora, Colorado, where Jackson hometowns. That was a crisp barrel 2-out double. You look at that two ways. It's good for the 64. See if they can throw a run on the board after 2 away. Logan Carney, second best average on the team behind Bryant. They go back-to-back top averages in the 3 and 4 spots. Selfo's pitch. For the Fox's perspective, they're very pleased they got those first 2 outs, ground ball strikeout before the Bryant lash to right center. A little bit of breathing room with the runner at 2 and 2 down. Selfo's pitch zips that through the zone, bearing toward the back foot of Logan Carney. Carney's averaged .468 to this point in summer collegiate wood bat ball in the Front Range League. Jackson Bryant, the .518, 50 points higher. That's mostly Cray. This ball bounces and Morales controls it. Landed on the third base side of home plate. Morales blocked it and it skipped across the left side batter's box. Not far, just barely clear of the box. With 2 outs and a good batter up, Jackson Bryant not going to risk that. Looks interested in going here. Gets a nice secondary, and again, a good dirt block by Elijah Morales behind the plate. Logan Carney tosses the bat aside. Walk pitch. First base open, 2 outs. Not the worst result. Xavier Farnham, catcher for the 64's. Collegiately San Diego State University for Xavier Farnham out of Alpine, California. And I'm on the apologies tour with Farnham. He said he didn't care, but I went and clarified with Xavier down in the bullpen before this game started after bumping into him in the parking lot. Nice little chat. 2 out, 2 aboard. Farnham, strike 1 on the outside. So I said, all right, you say it how you like to say it. Because you hear Xavier, you hear Xavier. There's an X on the front of it. He says Xavier. Get that X in there. So last couple of games I called for Farnham, I was on the Xavier side of it, more of a Z sound. That's not it. Xavier has an 0-1 count. Selfo's pitch to Farnham is out of the zone wide. 1-1 count. Farnham, .349 average, has 2 home runs on the season. Current batter with a 1-1 count. Lifts that out behind second base. Owen May working with a little breeze out there, and May packs it away. Farnham is a pop out, 3rd out. 2 runners reach, double for Bryant. Walk to Carney, no run damage. And the Foxes leave it 0-0 as they head to Nori Todd, Elijah Morales, Hank Smith in the bottom of the 1st.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
Hey, Dad,
Legally
ask
baseball
you
is
what I
very
do
good
when there's no baseball.
Keeps
So I'll
have
tell
fun.
you what
Off
I do.
the streets.
I stare out the
Yo,
window
there's
and
no
wait for spring.
crying in baseball.
All yard baseball. All yard baseball.
Top of the order, Fox's bottom of 1. Nori Todd, the center fielder, leads off. Elijah Morales, the catcher, batting second. Hank Smith will bat in the bottom of 1. The first baseman, Smith, third up in the inning. Todd, first pitch to center. That ball's got the wall on the fly. Nori on the fly into second, slides in for 2 bags on 1 pitch. And the Foxes have a leadoff double. That ball smoked the left center field fence on the fly. 352 in the gap, 378 to center. Hit right in the middle of that space. 360, 365 on the rocket double the other way from Todd. And now first pitch. These guys are hunting. Starting pitcher Carter Swan for the Boulder 64's. Swan plays at Metro State in Denver. Metro State University's hometown of Castle Rock. Carter Swan. He's got an 0-1 count on the catcher Morales, who takes a ball wide of the zone. Carter Swan, this is his second start for the 64's. He's pitched now in 6 games, including today, 10 innings pitched. Second start for Swan. He gets the Foxes today. Todd's going to take off. He had a good jump step there, and ball went through anyway. Nori had a swipe bag on that, regardless of what happened with the pitch at the plate. Two-one pitch from Swan, grounded, that'll score the run, and Trask knocks it down. Nice play at second base by C.J. Trask on the backside of that. RBI ground out, sliding play on the lip of the infield from Trask behind first base. He makes the out. RBI ground ball from Elijah Morales, and the Foxes in inning 1, instant offense, double. Swipe to 3, score on the ground ball. Foxes take the lead. Swan's pitch, chopped by Hank Smith. High 1 chopper. Called off. Pitcher heading over to cover. Didn't need him. Logan Carney unassisted at first. Well, that's all 3 batters for the Foxes have gone aggressive. First pitch swinging. Nick Bertucci, he may get a big first hack, but you see Nick go deep in counts pretty frequently. Cleanup batter, hitting 347 on the year. And he gets jammed, and he goes first pitch also. Wow, Bertucci pops up to first. Foxes came out aggressive, lathered up. They'll put a run up. Nori Todd did the job with that double, turns that into run 1, and we're through 1 9-inning ball game. KeyBank exclusive sponsor presenting Foxes streams on the Front Range Baseball Network. 1 inning in the books. Foxes won 64-0. The 64 sent 5 to the plate in the first inning, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. It's number 6 batter Ethan Fillinger, then Mason Griffin, Cale Hamrick in the top of 2.
Cliche Country, Sugar Lake's unicorn of radio. Wide open and in the saddle. Tough, gritty. We are servant leaders with exceptional bandwidth who give 110%. So open a can of worms and beat a dead horse. Get outside the box. 108.1 FM. Put a pin in it for a win-win situation. Sugar Lake's Cliche Country, 108.1 FM. It is what it is. You got this. Have a nice rest of your day.
We're gonna go, we'll take our time. We'll hit the road, see what we find. Anticipate and wait. I wanna leave believe I wanna go. What could be out there? What will I see? Will I find a secret to me?
First pitch, top of 2, is a strike from Dom Selfo. For Dominic, this is his 3rd start of the season. 3 games started, his 8th pitching appearance for the Foxes this summer in the Front Range League. Now 8 games pitched for Selfo. 2 previous starts, now his 3rd today against an equally impressive offensive lineup. Boulder 64's Foxes matched that pretty well with all their sticks. Selfo gets a foul off and a 1-2 count. With his first inning in the books today, 16 2/3 innings pitched over now his 8th appearance. Came into today at just over 2 innings per appearance. I watched a Selfo start earlier this year. That ball missed in. He went extended in the start. Must have been, close to 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago-ish, something like that. Dom controlled the mound well and stayed around for a while. Gets a strikeout pitch there. Second strikeout, both looking by 64's batters. Fillinger is out. 1 away. Mason Griffin, powerful right fielder, bats number 7. And this is where you really realize it's the same way with the Foxes lineup. It's where you really realize how thick these batting orders are. You get down to number 7, and it's Mason Griffin. You kidding? No rest for the pitchers in this game. Everybody you face is a heavy barrel. Mason Griffin, right fielder. First time up for him. Cale Hamrick on deck. Bending pitch. Selfo lands that. 1-1 count. So it's Griffin in the 7 spot. Cale Hamrick, 8, the shortstop. Adam Moser, the center fielder. And again, you watch Moser when he gets in the box. That's a number 9 batter. Good luck. Griffin started the elbows and pulled it back. Appeal down the line. Ball was the call. Missed the zone. I think Foxes more wanted maybe the strike call down there, but also got the appeal and no offer. Griffin hammers that to right. Bertucci runs to it. Nick on the fly, makes the catch. Line out sharply to right field. Bertucci heading toward the line in the corner down there, and he gloves it for 2 away. Cale Hamrick, the shortstop. Swings through a fastball, strike 1 to Hamrick. Dom Selfo, 14 strikeouts, 8 walks across his 15 2/3 before today. So he's controlled the walks well. Just about a half a walk per inning. 14 strikeouts, just under 1 per inning, but he's got the swing through here on Hamrick. He's got 2 backward Ks and it's a foul off on 2 strikes from Cale Hamrick. Oh, 2 with 2 away. Selfo looking for a clean second. It's another foul off. Dominic had 2 outs in the first, a ground out strikeout, and then Jackson Bryant double, Logan Carney walk. Pop out by Xavier Farnham ended the inning, but he encountered 2 on base after 2 away. Trying to finish off a 3 up, 3 down. Up high on the 1-2 pitch. Elijah Morales, that was an 0-2 pitch. Correction on me, 1-2 now. Saw Kieran Lawing a moment ago come and get a foul ball. Now Phoenix West, former Rocky Mountain High School teammates for the Foxes this summer, doing the cleanup work. And now some misconnections here behind the plate with 2 balls skimming the glove of Elijah Morales. Count goes 2-2. Elijah Einen at third. Ronan Hella at short. Fouled off back over the backstop. Second baseman Owen May, and at first base Hank Smith around the infield for the Foxes. Left fielder is Aiden Young. Saw Bertucci and Wright make the catch. Nori Todd in center. Another one from Selfo, and Morales, he's trying to bottom feed that, frame that up from low to high, but that's 3, and he taps his own chest protector out to his pitcher, Selfo. That's all me, good pitch. That's 3 times in the inning that balls have ticked off an edge of the glove of Morales behind the plate. No runners on, so it's not really that concern. It's just Elijah trying to get into full sticks on Selfo pitches, and there's one that he sticks on a swing through from Hamrick. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 through 2 frames for Selfo. 8 batters have come up for the 64's and no runs for them. 1 hit for the 64's. Foxes had 1 hit of their own in the first. Ended up coming across the plate. The leadoff double from Nori Todd ended up with the 1-0 lead taken by the Foxes. Phoenix West, the DH, bats number 5. He'll lead it off. Phoenix West and Elijah Einen and Owen May.
Player, that guy's a dude. You gotta have the newest, expensivest bat on the market. Bro. And it's gotta have the coolest name. Bro. Brand new. Just dropped. Tanks. Whatever the newest metals and materials might be, this bat is always one evolution newer. The Batco Crouching Tiger Nuke Mash Pummel Destroy Quad X Quadruple Extreme. Making mediocre hitters superstars. That guy's a dude. $600 at a time. Bro.
All yard baseball.
Bottom of 2, Carter Swan, righty, delivers to lefty Phoenix West and misses way wide and high. 1 ball count to Phoenix in the number 5 spot for the Foxes. West, Einen, May, Aiden Young batting 8th, and Ronan Hella 9th. Bending pitch for a strike from Swan, 1-1. Phoenix hitting .321 on the season, .525 on base percentage. 2 home runs on the year, a couple doubles. One, 2 the count. Elijah Einen on deck. Jackson Bryant, I mentioned, third batter for the 64's, batting .518. West ups his batting average. Good hack on 1-2. Delivers that pitch on a pull shot to right. Leadoff single for Phoenix West, who will also run the bags aggressively. So the leadoff guy aboard sets up opportunities for the Foxes, and Elijah Einen comes in. Elijah Einen batting .500. Mentioning the .518 for Jackson Bryant and a .500 average for Einen in the summer. That's across 70 at-bats, so that's not like a small sample size. He swings and misses, double checks the umpire's perspective on that. It was going to be a strike called. Einen took a big hack at it. Sends this down the line. That's going to drop fair in right. West is around second. Ball picked up in right. Runner will be held at third. Einen sliding into two, and he's going to be out on the throw from right. Mason Griffin gets to the line and rips a beautiful one-hop throw to the shortstop, Cale Hamrick. What a play in right. Phoenix West around to third. It's a single for Einen and a throw out from right. What a play by Mason Griffin out there on the foul line area in right. Pitches a ball. Xavier Farnham double clutched the throw back, thinking he was going to hear a different response from plate umpire Mason Boscia. Ball was the call. Swan's pitch is hooked, and that'll go foul. Owen May, left side. Second baseman Owen May trying to push in a second run for the Foxes. Yesterday, they swept a doubleheader in Greeley, holding on to a 9-5 win in Game 1 with a push in the final inning from the Grays, who were down 9-1 at the start of that frame. Swan's pitch. May gets down there and reaches, pokes it foul right side. The Foxes led 9-0, had the Grays on the brink of a run rule. 10 runs after 5 in a 7-inning game on a doubleheader day. Doubleheaders go 7s. And then the Grays got 1. It was 9-1 in their last bat. 6 guys came to the plate before any outs were made for the Grays. May is going to bomb that to right field and in front of the track. Griffin's going to take a rip at it. Look at the throw from Mason Griffin. He's way out there. That'll be a sac fly RBI as Phoenix West style slides in for the second run on an Owen May sac fly. Good job by the second baseman, number 7 batter. Owen May productively recording and registering the second out. It's an RBI. Sacrifice for May, 2-0 for the Foxes. Aiden Young, powerful right-handed hitter, takes a strike. Off speed, got him buckled a little bit. Aiden Young went yard in Greeley yesterday. 3-run shot in the 4th inning for Young. He'll swing and whiff for strike 2. Aiden, fewer games played than most everybody else. Joined a little later. Stays off of the down and out pitch. One-two count. Breaking pitch bent on the inside of the zone. Young stepped out of it. 64's liked it. Xavier Farnham behind the plate just gestured over to the third base dugout. Said, yeah, I think we wrapped around the inside part of the zone. That one gets Young on the thigh. Had 2 strikes against Aiden Young. He escapes a disadvantage count. And gets the 9 batter up. Ronan Hella, shortstop, 9th spot in the order, 2 away. Swan hits the outside edge for strike 1. Swan set, delivers. Hella takes another for 0-2. Calling Mason Griffin in from right field depth. No flares. Got him in, and there's a ball that's hit just about to where he ran to. So Griffin making Coach Brandon Wakefield look good. And Hella lobs one. It would have been a catch either way. That ball sprayed up. Fly ball to right field, 3 away. And the Foxes productive in the first 2 innings. A leadoff double and no more hits in that inning. Produced the run. RBI ground out there. Leadoff single followed by a leadoff single, but a throw out of Einen gets Phoenix West to third. A sac fly pushes in the second run of the game. Foxes up 2-0 after 2 9-inning ball game.
Hey, it's Max Alpha, head coach, manager, governor, executive, chief of Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite in my 5-ton pickup truck that I bought at Cartropolis. One of my 4 vehicles. One of only 6 total vehicles in the village of Sugar Lake. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite tryouts are coming up. Be there if you want to be elite. We only take people who are better than everybody else. If you want to be the best, be at tryouts. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. Do not look at our record on Game Changer. We're the elitist. We will cover airfare for anybody across the globe who believes they're better than anybody else. We'll pay for you to be at our tryout. Don't miss it. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. We're just better than you.
All yard baseball.
Dom Selfo, top of the third. Lefty delivers. That ball's hit to left. That's going to get down. Young winds around it, gets it in, and it'll be a leadoff single from the number 9 spot, Adam Moser. As I advertised, you get the 9 batter up, and it's Moser. That speaks extremely highly of this batting order. Moser starts it off with a clean shot to left, and Aiden Young in left field had to get over there and get it in. Moser flying around first. Good speed from the runner at first base. Playing center field, Moser has the leadoff man aboard for the first time in the game for the 64's as they open the 3rd inning. C.J. Trask, top of the order. Chops it. That's through on the left side. Couple hopper through the infield from Trask, and back-to-back base hits for Boulder. Bryce Robinette struck out his first time up. Fox is looking for a DP ball now. Selfo's pitch, bunt shown by Robinette. That's fouled off of the bunter in the box. '64's wanted that one down. Robinette didn't get it. Had a pitch to bunt right there. 0-1 count. Hella backs off the hold at second. Selfo bounces one in. Scooped backhand pick by Elijah Morales. Nice Sunday afternoon crowd on hand at City Park. And for once, the grandstands here are not listing, not tilting to the first base side. Usually people sit heavy to the first base side to avoid sun. Runner's thinking about going. He'll step back as Selfo looks. Pitch Morales hangs on to as Robinette watches it for a ball. Adam Moser dancing at second base. Tell Moser was on the brink of feeling like he had Selfo. Going to take off here, popped to left field. Moser slides into third, and then he'll retreat, and he may have to go back. That ball's going to drop, and the out will be at third base. That was not Moser's fault, a circus run on the bases for Adam Moser. He was stealing third, and he actually made a great decision. He slid into third. That was the best way to stop himself hard and get up to turn to run back to 2. But the pop-up drops in front of Aiden Young and left beyond the shortstop, Ronan Hella. Moser, meanwhile, is retreating heavy to second base and really no chance. It's a fielder's choice to left field. You don't see that every day or any day. I'm sure that's not the first time, but there can't be many of those. Ground ball back to the middle. That's going to plate a run. Corey Todd in center field picks it up. He'll flip it back into the infield on a C.J. Trask touch of home plate. The Boulder 64's have their first run. Jackson Bryant, man, good luck getting him out. Bryant, he's off to a 2-for-2 start with an RBI single now. And the 64's are on the board. Second game yesterday in Greeley, the Foxes hung up their first shutout of the season, sweeping the doubleheader after a tighter first game 9-5 win. They won game 2 13-0. First shutout for the Foxes. They don't have one anymore. Working in the third inning against the 64's. I don't think they showed up to the park expecting to get a 0 on these guys today, but you like to hold them off as long as you can. Bryce Robinette's at second, Jackson Bryant at first, and Logan Carney, sharp foul off of the catcher Morales. He's all right, or at least I can say that as he clenches his teeth and grinds out that ding he just took. 0-1 count. To Carney, Selfo sails up and away from the righty. As is among the priorities in a ball game, making the ball field a better place to be, the ecosystem of a game, thanks to our umpires, Mason Boscia behind the plate, Daryl Ferguson on the bases, 2 umpire crew. Carney swats at that. He lost his bottom hand, foul ball's out of play, 1-2 count. Carney on the swing. He's still stretching out the fingers on his left hand, the bottom hand on his grip. Flew off the bat during that foul off. Carney takes a moment. Gets comfortable with his grip again. 1 out. Runner takes off from second. Morales' throw is in time. Robinette trying to take third. 64's do that over and over again. They'll just put the heat on you on the bases. Elijah Morales dots a throw to Elijah Einen, the Elijah connection. Jackson Bryant moves to second base behind that throw out. Caught stealing at third. Now Bryant dancing out at 2. Carney, that's outside for a ball. And a full count. Morales, better throw on the last one to third. This throw back to pitcher, too tall for Dom Selfa. Owen Mays back there, no runner move up. Loose ball behind the mound on a throwback from the catcher. Want to clean that up immediately. Comes a 3-2. That'll miss. 2 walks for Logan Carney, the number 4 spot in the order. He walked in the first inning, and then Xavier Farnham popped out to end the frame. Xavier looking for a different result in the top of the third. New count to Farnham, the catcher, number 5 batter. Selfo, that's shot down the left field line, and that is fair. That's going to the foul pole in the corner. 2 runs coming around on the 2-out double from Xavier Farnham, and the Boulder 64's grab the lead in the top of 3. It's a 3-run frame.
number 29, Ethan Fillinger.
2 RBI for Farnham on a good swing. Pull pitch. Hammered it right down the line and left. 64's have their first lead of the game in the early going. Selfo. Swinging strike from Ethan Fillinger. Defensively, the left fielder is Fillinger. Position number 7 on defense. Batting spot number 6 with Mason Griffin on deck. Good pitch inside part of the plate. 0-2. Selfo's pitch. Elevated above the zone. 1-2 as sunshine busts back out of the clouds floating around today in northern Colorado. Field lights up again. Heat rising just a little bit. Cool breeze blowing. 1-2, 2 outs. Fillinger fouls it. Heads up, people on the other field. Ooh, that hit right in the middle of a wad of the future of America. Kids scatter to go pick up that foul ball and return it for $1. 1-2 from Selfo. Held on to, foul tipped, and Elijah Morales gloves it to end the top of the third. 3 runs for the Boulder 64's in the top of the third inning. They take the lead, have their first advantage of the day. 3 runs in the inning on 4 hits. Singles from Moser and Trask and Bryant, and a double from Xavier Farnham. 2-run swing by Farnham puts the 64's ahead. Top of the order coming for the Foxes. Nori Todd to lead off. Ball 1 to Nori Todd, bottom of the third inning, 9-inning ball game. Todd batting .412 into today, has a double in his 1 plate appearance. Leading off the first, he's going to hit this to first base. Carney fights it down to the ground, picks it up, and beats Nori Todd to the bag. Logan Carney handles the ground ball right down the line at first. Right at the defensive positioning of first baseman Carney. It's a good first out for the 64's. Todd a threat on the bases. Elijah Morales, the catcher, Blaze Morales also runs well. He plays some center field, among other things, for the Foxes, catching today. We'll see if he reaches. If the Foxes go for courtesy runner, that would probably be Nate Eliason. Morales swings at a pitch that's bending away. 1-1 count. 64's not courtesy running. Xavier Farnham, both innings now. He was the last out of one inning. He was on base in the other inning, so took him a while to get out. There's a good breaking ball strike from Carter Swan. So this time around, Farnham came out after a teammate, I think it was Shane Crow, came out and warmed up the pitcher. Got time, ball on the infield, rolled in from the bullpen area. Hate to identify him now because the ball just came in, but that does cause me to look down and check the bullpen. The catcher down there with his back to us down by the infield here is Ryan Vandiver, the warming up pitcher, TJ McCraw for the Foxes. Swan's pitch is shot to left, foul. Just missed the line by a foot or so to the foul side. Morales. So Farnham in this inning, he went in, got dressed quick, came off of second base after the inning-ending strikeout, with Farnham having doubled 2 RBI. Came out, took one pitch, sent it, threw it down to second, and off we went. That was after Swan had warmed up with a stand-in. Carter resets on the mound after he spun out of that pitch. 2-2 the count. Down and away, and Morales works it full. Breeze picking up, and it's from where we're sitting, it's blowing out toward left center. 3-2 to Morales. Spinning pitch on 3-2, and that's lobbed. It'll be the center fielder stepping in. Adam Moser able to pull up and park underneath it. 2 away. So we won't see if courtesy running is the thing, and I'm pretty sure if we get that, it's going to be Nate Eliason. He's a threat on the bases. Courtesy ran for Ryan Vandiver yesterday in Greeley, did Nate Eliason, and he was glad he got assigned to the catcher, Vandiver, yesterday. Vandiver reached base all 4 times, 2 singles, 2 walks, and Eliason was all over the bags in Greeley yesterday. Hank Smith takes strike 1. Two down for 64's defense, trying to close the third. Smith scoots away for a ball. One pitch. Wide for 2-1. Yesterday, the Foxes in that 9-5 Game 1 win over the Grays, 9 runs, make note of that. 9-5 was the score. Pitch again wide. That was the first time in 16 games that the Foxes were held under double-figure scoring. They had a stretch of 15 consecutive games in double-digit scoring until the 9-5 win yesterday over the Grays. Smith had that ball get heavy on his barrel. He grounds it to short, and it's 3 up and 3 away. Carter Swan on the mound for the 64's. Nice frame. 2 ground outs on the infield and a fly out to center. Nick Bertucci will lead off the bottom of 4 from the 4 spot next time around for the Foxes. But first, the 64's batting in the 4th. Mason Griffin first up.
Sports fans, broadcast announcing is evolving. Play-by-play is now play-by-play. Who needs bothersome people who have their own opinions, rooting interests, and skin in the game? Play-by-play, the next frontier in sports announcing.
Dom Selfo delivers the dark one right there. Mason Griffin going healthy hack, and that one carved him. Selfo working to the fourth. Griffin hammers that to center, to the wall. Todd back and watches it fly away. Mason Griffin broke the fourth wall. Center field shot. Leads off the top of 4.
Batting number 2, Cale Hamrick.
Griffin 1 for 2 now. Cale Hamrick to the plate. Dom Selfo working to his 4th inning of this start. I just went and checked with Connor Grease and Connor Kearns running the radar gun and clipboard chart behind home plate for the Foxes. Selfo's pitch is fouled off. 1-1. They said Selfo fastball has been between 83 and 85. Change-up off-speed stuff has been in the roughly 8 to 11 mile per hour differential slowdown on the off-speed. Strike there to Hamrick. Advantage in the count to Dom Selfo. Pitch misses. .378 to center field here. That ball was just to the right side, the right field side of the batter's eye in center. Cleared out there at about .378 by Mason Griffin. Selfo deep breath, 2-2. Hums in on Hamrick's belt line inside for a full count. And now down with the pitch and a walk. Hamrick, deep count, free pass.
Batting number 24, Adam Moser.
Bullpen works for the Foxes. T.J. McCraw, the righty. Selfo, bunt thrown around by Adam Moser. That's a ball and a toss down to first from Elijah Morales. Hamrick back safely, but not by a lot. Went in standing up. Hank Smith caught it and backhand swept the tag. Runner takes off. Batter swings foul. One other game in progress right now in the Front Range League. That is Pueblo Spradley Collegians at Western Nebraska Pioneers. Great game last night between those two. Selfo's pitch, swing, and a empty hack. 1-2 count for Moser. Selfo's pitch to the number 9 spot is chopped to third. Nice pickup by Elijah Einen. He'll get the front side of that. No backside throw. Good play at third base by Elijah Einen. Moving sharply to the shortstop side. Einen down to the ground with that. Makes a great glove play on it. Good feed to Owen May at second. No chance to turn that. Slick defense, though, for the first out. Fielder's choice. Moser again runs well. It's going to be tough to turn on anybody, especially Moser. Trask fouls it off first pitch. Out of play right side. Last night, a 3-1 win for Pueblo Spradley Collegians in Gering, Nebraska against the Pioneers. Selfo's pitch. He's picking to one. Gone is Moser, and gone is Moser. So he took off on first move, did Adam. And Hank Smith cycles it nicely. Ronan Hella, the shortstop, comes and makes the tag. It was close at 2 with Moser flying between first and second. That's a 1-3-6. Pitcher to first baseman to shortstop for 2 away. Second time Moser has been out on the bases in his 2 times aboard. Once on a single in the third and was thrown out at third on a fielder's choice to left field. Now after his walk, he is out on a steal try, picked off and took off on first move. C.J. Trask with 2 outs, drops one into center. Single for C.J. He's 2 for 3, 2 singles now for Trask. So last night, the Pioneers lost at home to Pueblo Spradley Collegians 3-1. And Cole Bloomer, the starting pitcher for Spradley out of Pueblo, complete game for the starter, the big man, Cole Bloomer. He went 9 innings and won 3-1, had to finish with a bases-loaded jam in the 9th, and the coaching staff of Pueblo Spradley Collegians said, we're going to let you try to bring it home here, big man, and Bloomer got it done. 3-1, complete game win for Bloomer. This ball chopped, third hop to short is dropped by Hella. He was going to have to cycle it quickly. That ball decelerating on its way to him. Really needed to probably charge and run through that thing, make the pick and throw on the fly. Hella sat back on it, and that cost him error at shortstop. Now a visit to the mound from Jay O'Connor, pitching coach for the Foxes. O'Connor is out. And Dom Selfo is done. He might have reported that, thought it might be time for a different arm, as Selfo will leave the lefties out. Elijah Morales, the catcher, made the signal to the bullpen, and it's number 58, 6'4" righty TJ McCraw in the 4th inning with the 64's on the road in Fort Collins, leading 4-2. 4th frame with 2 away and 2 aboard, and Jackson Bryant 2 for 2 on the day. One of the league's premier hitters coming to the plate. TJ McCraw on for the Foxes with 2 outs. The lanky 6'4" righty with the side slot whip delivery from wide to the third base side of his delivery. That tall mound capped out there with a little final rise to it. His release point is out off of the slope down side of the mound out there. McCraw gets long. Runner's going to take off and going to backside the throw. That is on the money. Elijah Morales from his knees sticks that on the hip of the slide from Bryce Robinette. They go for the trail runner on the double steal. And Morales, his second caught stealing of the day. This one out in the middle of the diamond, and that leaves the situation where it was. Jackson Bryant will restart at the plate in the top of the 5th, but the Foxes would rather see him with nobody aboard. Great throw from Elijah Morales right on the spot. 4-2, another run in the 4th inning for the 64's. It's a leadoff solo bomb from Mason Griffin. 4-2 is the advantage for the 64's. Nick Bertucci to the plate for the Foxes.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be always in your
If it wasn't hard, everyone would do second base. The and hard keep your foot is what makes it great. You want to have a catch, Smalls? Carter Swan works to the 4th as the starter for the 64's and bends a pitch for a strike to Nick Bertucci. Bertucci, his familiar gum-chewing stand-in on the right side. Swan bounces that through the left side batter's box. And a 1-1 count. Gets the outer edge, tough pitch. 1-2. Carter Swan opens the bottom of 4 with a breaking ball strikeout of Bertucci. Phoenix West will try to balance out the feeling of the bottom of the 4th. Phoenix has put up some great ABs from the left side for the Foxes, including in the 2nd inning today with a single. He'll take a strike. Swan's pitch down this time. Here's a 1-1. Foul between the legs of the batter, and West liked the pitch, missed it, was frustrated with himself. Had one he wanted to hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Elijah Einen on deck. Phoenix West batting in the number 5 spot. 1-2 count. Ooh, that just didn't hit him. That looked like it was going to get a shoe. 2-2 count. Got our field mic right down there by the back track along the backstop, the little warning track down there. Crunchy metal cleats of Einen retrieving that foul ball. Made me want some Doritos. Two-two to Phoenix West. Base is clear, 1 away, bottom of 4. Swing, ball's down, and that'll be a throw out from Xavier Farnham, who lobs it down to Carney, who had to reach out for it. Soft lob from Farnham. 2 strikeouts and 2 away in the 4th. Carter Swan had not struck out a batter until this inning, and he goes for 2. In an important moment, finding the strikeout pitch. That ball busted through the dirt, skimmed off the glove of Xavier Farnham, and Xavier's deflection goes over the backstop into the crowd. Elicits a little noise of delight. 1-1 count. Two out. Einen trying to keep the Foxes up there. He's going to hit this hard at right, and that's down in front of Mason Griffin. Line shot from Elijah Einen, professional hitter. Einen just finds ways. He's had a lot of deep count base hits that I can think of throughout the course of the season. Great approach to the plate. Einen's 2 for 2. He's on with 2 out. Ball 1 opens up to Owen May. Owen May hitting .388 into today. He hit a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning of this game for an RBI. Takes a strike, burned right through there, 1-1. Owen May, the .388 average. 22 RBI now for Owen with the 1 more today. 22 across 67 at-bats. On a team that has been extremely heavy to the offense, lots of runs produced. Foxes had a 15-game double-digit scoring streak. They had a, I think it wound up at a 12-game winning streak at one point. Throw to first, Einen's back. Yep, 12 consecutive wins from June 1 through June 20 for the Foxes, and they're now on an 8-game winning streak. Up the middle, base hit, Owen May.
Base hit for Owen May. Now batting number 99, Aiden Young.
Einen and May string a couple together after a strikeout. Aiden Young, home run yesterday. Big guy checking in to the right side batter's box. Einen scoots the lead out at second base. Strike 1 to Aiden Young, number 8 batter in the order. First inning, Foxes 1 run on 1 hit. Second inning, 1 run on 2 hits. Third inning, 3 up, 3 down, nothing and nothing there. Now 5 hits in the game with these 2 added on. Young, end of the bat, kind of squibs that over to Logan Carney at first, and that will Cap shot. And cap the fourth inning on an unassisted step out at first base by Logan Carney. 2 hits on 2 outs in the inning. And nothing more for the Foxes, who trail 4-2 into the 5th inning. Boulder 64's have their top swinging guy coming up, Jackson Bryant, top of the 5th. Danger in the 3 spot. Bryant coming up.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Can of Whoop. We all want to dominate. We all have those moments when we just can't find that next gear. When you can't find that next gear, try Can of Whoop. Pop the top and pour it on. Can of Whoop. Pop the top and pour it on.
McCraw, pitch 1 is hammered down the third baseline, and Jackson Bryant has another hit. He'll pull up at first base. Ball cycled in from Aiden Young. And more of the same from Jackson Bryant. You don't want to take it for granted or let it get old, but when Jackson Bryant base hits, you kind of go, oh, yeah, No, it's a big deal. That ain't easy, but he makes it look that way. Bryant 3 for 3, double, 2 singles, RBI in the third, and also scored a run that inning, part of the 3-run frame. Lacrosse slips off of that pitch. Foot didn't quite catch the ground firmly, and a ball opens the count to Logan Carney. Walk for Carney. He scored in the third. And he hits this to left. He got a lot of that, and Aiden Young's looking up and looking out. Exit stage left. Logan Carney, 2-run shot. 2 walks prior to that. He gets a chance to swing it and does not waste the opportunity. 2-run shot. (6-2), 64's. Foxes led 2-0 after 2 innings. 3-run third, 1 in the 4th, and 2 more now in the 5th. They've scored in 3 consecutive innings. Dom Selfo going through 3 and into the 4th, and then TJ McCraw relieving him. Carter Swan, the starter for the 64's, has worked through 4 innings for Boulder. Ball delivered from McCraw, just off the outer edge. McCraw to Wichita Falls, Texas, a 2-0 count here. And Xavier Farnham backed out of the box as that pitch was being delivered. He was on a full take. He just said so long as McCraw let it fly. Gets back in the zone. This ball popped behind first. Hank Smith running toward a screen in the bullpen, and Hank makes the catch and takes down the screen too. Nice play at first by Hank Smith. Good initial jump on that ball. Foul territory catch. First base coach for the Boulder 64's is longtime coach Kent Gregory. He goes down and restands the screen behind the catching area in the bullpen for the Foxes. Nobody down there right now, empty pen for the Foxes. 64's do have the pen working down the left field line. McCraw's pitch is yanked way outside. Ethan Fillinger, an easy layoff there. 1-0 count for Fillinger. McCraw slings it in. Fillinger pops it again back toward Hank Smith, back toward that same screen. Right along the fence line on the side track, and Hank Smith has caught 2 balls in foul territory about 10 feet away from each other. 2 away.
Mason Griffin.
In the bullpen for the 64's, looks like Jacob Amador out of Boulder, hometown. 17 in the bullpen. Looks like Ryan Cook handling the catching duties down there in the pen on the warm-up. Pitch pops loose from the glove of Elijah Morales for a strike, though, on the call. Mason Griffin batting for 2 consecutive innings. He batted in the 4th, led off the last frame with a home run solo shot. Batting with 2 outs in the 5th, swing and a miss for Griffin. Logan Carney, home run in this inning. Mason Griffin, home run last inning. McCraw in tight. Morales reaches and can't contain it. Ticks off his glove, did not hit Griffin. Both of the Foxes' runs today have scored on outs recorded. A ground out in the first from Morales for an RBI and a sac fly from May in the second for an RBI. McCraw fires it up there. Griffin reaches for it, rolls it to second base. Owen May to Hank Smith. Hank Smith gets 3 putouts to close the inning. A pop-up catch, and handling the toss over from Owen May. 2 runs on the Carney shot. Bryant single and Logan Carney a blast, and it's 6-2. 64's building a little separation here with Carter Swan coming back out, going into his 6th, make it the fifth inning of work for Carter Swan to the bottom of the 5th.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be always in your
If it wasn't hard, everyone would do second base. The and hard keep your foot is what makes it great. You want to have a catch, Smalls? Number 9 spot in the order, Ronan Hella faces pitch 1 and ball 1 from Carter Swan. Foxes scoreless in the 3rd and the 4th after a run each in the 1st and 2nd. Swan working the first batter of the fifth here. Goes down below the zone with a pitch that bent down at the plate. 3-0 count to Ronan Hella. Here's a strike. Swan goes straight to the zone to keep the count alive. And he missed there. Ball 4. Leadoff man aboard. Walk to Ronan Hella in the number 9 spot. Top of the order, Nori Todd.
Nori Todd.
Ball loose at the plate, and up moves Ronan Hella. Free bag. Wild pitch move up to second. And a 1-ball count. Down in the dirt again with the walk. Start the inning, and now a couple balls up. Breck Benedict, lefty for the 64's, is in the bullpen. Breck, another Fossil Ridge High School graduate in Fort Collins, heading to University of Northern Colorado. Same story for Mason Griffin, home run hitter and right field solid defender today. Mason Griffin at a Fossil Ridge. UNC next up. Ethan Fillinger also at a Windsor High School. Just one small town over across the interstate from Fort Collins, also going to Northern Colorado in Greeley. 2-0 count. Swan found the zone after Xavier Farnham visited. Helped his pitcher redirect. Swan's 2-1 pitch. It's 3-1. Hella reads it right. And the ball never got more than a few feet away from the catcher, Xavier Farnham, but he was trying to find it on a wild pitch, popped up in the air. Hella has 2 wild pitch move-ups over to third base. Nori Todd in a good count here, 3-1. Elijah Morales on deck. Swan's pitch to Todd is a strike. Nori hopping in the box on that. Left it out on the outer part of the plate. Payoff from Swan. Flicked away foul. Todd a spoil swing. Bounces that through the parking lot. Over toward the ditch. Full count pitch again. That's out, and Todd has a free pass.
Walk for Todd. That'll bring up number 29, Eli Morales.
And yeah, Tony Rucco, head coach for Boulder 64's, is heading toward the mound, and this could be the call to the bullpen. Lefty Breck Benedict throwing. Carter Swan stands atop the hill as Tony Rucco arrives. Entire infield has assembled. Well, haven't made the move yet. Now Mason Boscia, the plate umpire, walking out to conclude the session and Carter Swan is going to stay up. That's one where the coach comes out, checks on you, how things are going, how you feeling, and the response from Carter was, I can get this. I think earlier, and it's no discredit, it's the thing you should do as a pitcher. Dominic Selfo, on the visit he got, I think he could feel like, yeah, I just don't think I quite have the rest of what I need here. Change was made. This time it's going to be the pitcher staying on. Missing to Elijah Morales, the catcher. Has an RBI on a ground out in the first inning. Fly out to center his second time up. Third trip to the plate in the bottom of the fifth. Number 2 batter in the Fox's order. Runner takes off. That's in, and Hella doesn't take off on it. I don't know if he thought that might have hit Elijah Morales, but Ronan Hella did not get going down the line from third. And Nori Todd did move up to second on a wild one. So some balls sprayed around the zone or out of the zone have kept the Foxes moving around the bases. No runs in yet. Third free bag of the inning. Morales watches that outside 2-0 count. Yeah, I think that might be 3-0. Trying to see the fingers of Mason Boscia there hidden behind his mask a little bit. Like he might have had a 3-up. He did. And that might be it for Carter Swan. Hank Smith is a lefty. Bullpen arm was a lefty. Smith, the 3 spot. He is 0 for 2 today, and here comes the pitching change. Carter Swan, good run today, gets into the bottom of the 5th. No outs recorded, so statistically it's 4 innings pitched. He goes 4+. Piles 3 walks into the 5th frame, and a jam now with nobody out. Fox is down by 4. Tying run coming to the plate. Lefty Hank Smith will face Breck Benedict in relief for the 64's from City Park in Fort Collins.
The Palace of Pong, the place for paddles. Ping Pong Palace, where ping pong players play ping pong and people populate pre- and post-perfect performances at the ball yard. Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong. Purchase pop, popcorn, pizza, pastries. Take it from me! Ping Pong Winchester. The place for Pong is Ping Pong Palace. Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong.
Breck Benedict on lefty for the Boulder 64's. Bases full of Foxes. Hank Smith, pitch 1. Good from Benedict for a strike. Pitch 2, Smith swings and was not on that pitch. Came apart during the swing. Smith hitting .426 on the year. Hank has 2 home runs. He emergency hacks there and barely got a piece of it. Shot it directly over to the third base dugout off the front fencing. Sunken dugouts at City Park. 2-strike pitch from Benedict. Got Hank Smith flailing on that. Good pitch from Breck. 1 out.
Up the bat, number 32, Nick Bertucci.
Nick Bertucci to the plate. Bertucci will represent the Foxes in the Home Run Derby tomorrow night in Gering, Nebraska. Bertucci leads the Foxes with 8 home runs on the year. Could tie it with 1 swing, but Breck Benedict looked good on the first batter he faced. Tough lefty, has a quick, compact delivery. Works quickly. Good pace for the lefty Benedict. Nori Todd behind him, the runner at second. Elijah Morales at first, Ronan Hella at third. This ball down on Xavier Farnham. Squirts through, but just back by the plate umpire, Boscia. 2-0 count. Bertucci takes away. It's Benedict missed wide. 3-0. One away, bases full. Right down the line, and foul, just missed the bag at third. Hella jumps over it. Ronan was in foul territory, so if that ball would have hit Ronan Hella, he is not out, just a foul ball. He might be hospitalized, but yeah, that one would have gotten his feet, so maybe just a ding to the ankle. If you're in fair ground and that ball hits you, you're out. Hella was foul. He jumped over it. Benedict's pitch is a ball, and that'll push in a run. Patience from Nick Bertucci. That's pretty good hitting from the 4-batter. You know he was one to pull the trigger and do something big with a big crowd on hand in City Park today. Why not feel the adrenaline of trying to light one up, but stays off of 4 pitches. He fouled 1 down the line. The other 4 that he should have watched, he did. Bertucci has an RBI on the walk. And Phoenix West ball 1 to Phoenix. Back to lefty on lefty here. Elijah Einen on deck. He's a right-handed batter. Einen, lefty Phoenix West. Check swings that, and hey, he banged it off the Fort Collins Baseball Club office. Do a little wood siding repair over there tomorrow for us, Phoenix. A 1-1 count to West, number 5 batter in the Foxes order. His team down by 3. Phoenix represents the go-ahead run in the current situation, bottom of the 5th, 9-inning ball game. Benedict missed up, and Breck is into another trouble spot here with a 3-1 count. 64's do have bullpen activity. Foxes do not right now. Looks like it's Amador down there again, the righty. Here's a pitch from Benedict, and West was ready to spring on it. That's flared to left. That's going to drop in. 2 runs are coming home. Elijah Morales read that well. He got a good jump off of second base, and Phoenix West punches a single into left field. Foxes back within a 1 spot. Good base running by Elijah Morales. Scoring behind Nori Todd. Bertucci along to second. 2 RBI base hit for Phoenix West. His second hit of the day, 2 for 3 now, West. Ball 1 to Elijah Einen. reaches down and scoops that to right. Mason Griffin coming on. Griffin's got the catch. Bertucci's going to tag on him. Griffin's throw, and in head first goes Bertucci. The ball goes to the fence, and Nick will stay at third. Now, credit to Breck Benedict. The pitcher was over there. Third baseman Jackson Bryant couldn't knock down that throw, skimming across the grass with some heat from Mason Griffin in right field. Big arm from Griffin. Phoenix West gets second base on that. The tag up on the fly out by Einen, 2 down. Runners at second and third with 2 away, and Owen May a chance to either tie it or flip the scoreboard into the favor of the Foxes. Big 2-out AB here. Aiden Young on deck, first base, unoccupied right now. Every other bag is. Strike 1 from Benedict. Has worked from behind in a few counts and had some trouble there, so Breck, to his advantage, hits the zone on pitch 1. Pitch 2 was above it. That ball toward the middle. Nice play at second by Trask. He turns, lobs his throw over, and the catch is not made on a pick try. That's an E4 on the throw. 2 Foxes have scored. Bertucci and West scoring on the Trask running throw. He was running towards second base from his second base defensive position. Tried to plant and sling a throw across his body. Good scoop try by Carney. It pops out of his glove on the flick of the glove. Owen May makes it happen. Pretty good ball up the middle that caused the problem. And the Foxes get back on top 7-6. Really no other choice for C.J. Trask. If he tries to stop and plant and drive that throw, the runner's going to beat it. I guess the only difference would be in that situation that the second runner wouldn't have scored from second on the play. Phoenix West running the bags well from second base, going full at it around third, anticipating maybe a loose ball, and that's exactly what they got. Now a hard shot to Trask, who stays down on that. CJ's got the out, and it's 9 batters to the plate. Aiden Young grounds out, ends the 5th inning. 9 Foxes come around to the plate that inning. 5 of them score, and the Fort Collins Foxes take the lead 7-6 on the Boulder 64's. Good game. It's a 9-inning format. We're in the top of the 6th coming up. Cale Hamrick and Adam Moser, 8 and 9. Then the leadoff C.J. Trask heading to the plate. Righty T.J. McCraw back up for the Foxes in the top of the 6th inning. He fires strike 1 to Cale Hamrick. Hamrick 0 for 1 on the day. Strikeout in the 2nd, walk in the 4th. Strike again from McCraw with like Ryan Othen doing a little stretching, loosening work in the bullpen for the Foxes on the right field side of City Park. A 1-2 count. TJ McCraw, with this appearance today, 7th game he's pitched in for the Foxes this summer. 7 appearances. Foxes playing today in their 24th game of the year. So this is the 8th appearance for McCraw. 1/3 of the games they've played, he's taken the hill. McCraw had a big advantage in the count. Now he runs it full. TJ, with the 6 previous appearances, had totaled 7 innings pitched. So just a tick above 1 inning per appearance on average. He's going to sling that low and in and walk the leadoff man, Hamrick.
Batting number 24, Adam Moser.
McCraw now in his 7th appearance. In the previous 6, he had 7 strikeouts, 6 walks. This is one of his longer appearances of the season, with that inning per opportunity average before today. Got an out in the 4th. Handled the 5th, and they're trying to take the 6th here with McCraw. Also gets a strike to Adam Moser. McCraw at 26 pitches thrown, 14 for strikes, 14 strike, 12 ball tally for TJ McCraw. That one is way wide and an easy bag for Hamrick on a wild pitch. Tying run for the 64's moves to second base. Jay O'Connor, pitching coach for the Foxes, is going to go see TJ McCraw. Everybody else on the infield will too. Adam Moser waiting to continue his AB. It's a 2-1 count. Adam Moser, a guy that I liked in the early part of the year, and then after having a conversation with Adam, I root for 24 for the 64's. Fantastic ball player coming through Fairview High in Boulder. Adam, pretty straightforward and unhesitatingly told me the story about his brain surgery that he had recently. He's been sidelined for a little while, had a great collegiate baseball career up and ready to roll, ran into some medical issues and spent about a year on the shelf recovering from brain surgery. He's in the box right now, 2-1. He's going to lift that foul after the mound visit. All kinds of cool stories around the humans behind the uniforms in the Front Range League. Whole different vibe to the story, but the catcher right behind him, Elijah Morales. Pretty fun stories out of Avon, Colorado, up in the high country of Colorado. You don't see a whole bunch of baseball players come out of that area, and Morales did just that. Swing at an elevated pitch, and Moser is out swinging.
First out. Now batting number 25, CJ Trask.
Good pitch from TJ McCraw, stabilizing. Now we've got Kieran Lawing throwing in the Fox's bullpen. 64's also have action. Amador up and throwing again, foul tip. Scoots away from Morales behind the plate. Top of the order, CJ Trask. CJ has consecutive singles after a ground out in the first, singles in the 3rd and 4th innings. McCraw's pitch. Good for a strike. 0-2. Dom Selfo threw 72 pitches in his 3 2/3 innings, 43 for strikes, 29 balls, pretty good strike ratio, strike rate. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 4 strikeout, 3 walk. Runner takes off. Morales leaps out to contain the pitch, and Hamrick flies into third base. Stolen base for Cale Hamrick. And now the request to do a job here from third base coach Brandon Wakefield as Trask has 1 out. He's got a 1-2 count, tying run at third. Can he tap him in somehow? McCraw flings it wide again. 2-2 count. McCraw runs it full. Hamrick walked to open the inning. Moser struck out. Trask is on the precipice of either one of those results with a 3-2 count. Ball skips in from the bullpen. Owen May at second base does clean up. Corners were, well, now they just changed it. Corners were in for the Foxes. May and Hella were back in the middle infield playing deep, but now with a 3-2 count, they get the call to go cut the run. They're all up at the edge of the grass. Trask pops it up over the infield. Elijah Einen calls for it and has the catch.
Catch made by Einen. Out number 2.
2 down on the Trask pop-up.
Now batting number 9, Bryce Robinette.
McCraw in the zone on the first pitch, wrinkles that for a strike against Bryce Robinette. Number 2 batter in the order. He is 0 for 3. Strikeout, a fielder's choice, reached on an error in the 4th. Then was caught stealing on a double steal that the Foxes threw on the backside and got the trail runner there. The caboose was thrown out. McCraw pitches off the zone wide. 2-1 count to Robinette. That's slap foul down the third base line. 2-2 count. At KeyBank, your goals, KeyBank's priority. From everyday banking to big life moments, KeyBank is here with smart solutions and personal support. Visit one of 3 Fort Collins or Loveland locations. KeyBank, your goals are KeyBank's priority. Exclusive sponsor of Fox's game streams on the Front Range Baseball Network. Thank you, KeyBank. McCraw fires, and that's hit well to left. That ball is going right over the Fort Collins Baseball Club sign featuring the banner out in left. Thank you, Bryce. Foxes don't thank you. As Bryce Robinette, with 2 strikes against him, hits it out, and that's going to be the end of the appearance for T.J. McCraw. Larry McCann coming out. Robinette goes yard. 2-run shot has Boulder back on top in the top of the 6th, and a pitching change for the Foxes. Standings in the Front Range League on your screen. Find those at frontrange.league.com. That's frontrange.league.com. The current standings updated through all games completed. Got a couple in action right now. Those will be added on as soon as they go final. Foxes at 20-3 have a 2-game lead over the Boulder 64's. We go back to pitch one from the reliever, Kieran Lawing, in from the bullpen. Lawing throws ball 1 to Jackson Bryant. 3-for-3 day going for Jackson. As I mentioned, entered the day with the best batting average of any player in today's game on the top 2 offenses in the Front Range League. Bryant came in at .518, the average, and he's only supplemented that with a 3-for-3 day. Double, 2 singles, 2 runs, an RBI. Chops that foul, third base side. 2-out shot from Bryce Robinette has put Boulder back in the lead. Bryce out of Parker, Colorado, Azusa Pacific University, collegiately. Lawing's pitch, spins it wide of the zone. Strike called from Lawing for a 3-2 count. Big out here if Lawing can get Bryant for the first time today. Kieran's pitch is down, and Jackson Bryant draws free pass on for the 4th time in 4 visits to the plate. Mentioned the home run derby for the Foxes, Nick Bertucci, and for Boulder, Shane Crow scheduled to represent the 64's in the derby. Catcher Shane Crow. Strike called to Logan Carney, 0-1 count. Nick Bertucci, the right fielder for the Foxes, 8 home runs on the year through 23 games. Those 2 in Derby tomorrow night in Nebraska. Another strike called. Good spot from Lawing. That's a tough pitch to deal with for Logan Carney. Field lights popping on. 6:07 p.m. Mountain Time at City Park. Lawing on an 0-2, 2 outs, going to fire over to first. Good time for Bryant to run. The 64's do run aggressively. There goes the runner, and that pitch is picked at the dirt. Throw is behind Jackson Bryant, who steals second base. All-star format, the 2 teams called the Plains and the Peaks. The Plains division is Western Nebraska, the Pioneers, the Fort Collins Foxes, NoCo Prospectors, and Greeley Grays, all part of that group. Lawing's pitch saws off Logan Carney. Einen throw across is good for the 3rd out. Elijah Einen on defense makes that play, and it's 2 runs. Back-to-back 2-run frames for Boulder. They got 2 in the 5th on a 2-run homer from Carney. They get 2 in the 6th on a 2-run shot from Bryce Robinette and take the lead back 8-7 into the bottom of the 6th inning with the Foxes. They'll try to answer back. And they'll go the Foxes with 9-1-2. Fort Collins had 9 batters come up last inning. They scored 5 times in the 5th. And they'll start right where they did last frame with Ronan Hell in number 9 spot. He walked last inning and scored a run. He'll get it going again in the bottom of the 6th. Breck Benedict back up for the 64. Strike one to Ronan Hella. 9-1-2 to the plate. All-Star game Tuesday night. Talking about the team layout. The Peaks Division features the Boulder 64s, Diamond Club Collegians out of the Denver area, El Paso County Baseball Miracles from Colorado Springs, and the Pueblo Spradley Collegians. Ball to Hella goes to a even up count. Make it a 2-1 count. Benedict gets a ground ball from Hella to second base. Trask on the play, and the ground out, one away.
Top of the lineup, now batting, number 4, Nori Todd.
The Plains Division All-Star team that includes the Foxes will be head coached by Easton Babe, who is the head coach for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Logan Gutterman, Reed Lelbach selected as pitchers. Todd chops the first pitch to first base. He's done that twice today, hammering shots over to Logan Carney, 2 away.
Eli Morales.
Boulder pitchers on the roster, along with Gutterman and Lelbach. You have Ryan Cook and Nick Lay. Catcher Elijah Morales will be there. Bryce Robinette listed as shortstop from Boulder. Elijah Einen, Fox's third baseman, all-star. Outfielders, Mason Griffin from the 64s is on the all-star roster. Those guys listed among the group playing. And actually, they did spread them out. That's right. They ended up spreading the teams out to kind of balance. Morales swinging into a 1-2 count. Look at the other side, Peaks Division. They're going to run that. They're going to mix the teams. That was my mistake earlier, talking about how the breakdown was. I think that was the original plan. They wound up just trying to level out the rosters. It's a Morales foul off. On the Peaks Division All-Stars, Chris Nobenschuh is the head coach. Pitchers Ronan Hella, Brady Hall, Ross Frank. Also, those guys are from the Foxes, Carter Swan and Joey Parrish and Nick Willems from Boulder. Strikeout pitch against Morales, who manicures a little dirt in the box after he looked at strike 3. He'll be back out there. The catcher coming right back out after his strikeout looking, and Boulder takes a lead into the 7th, 8-7. Catchers on the Peaks Division All-Stars include Shane Crow. He'll be in the Home Run Derby also. First baseman Hank Smith from Fort Collins and Logan Carney from Boulder. So both our first basemen will be at it tomorrow, Tuesday night. Second baseman Ethan Fillinger and Owen May from these two teams. Jackson Bryant listed as a shortstop. Third baseman Phoenix West on the All-Star team as a third baseman. And in the outfield, Nick Bertucci from the Foxes, Jack Gardner from the 64s, and Nori Todd from the Foxes, all part of the All-Star rosters. Going to be a fun couple days for the Front Range League first ever All-Star Spectacular presented by Arrowhead Distributing in Gering, Nebraska. Top of the 7th is coming around here in a 9-inning ball game, and it is All-Star Logan Gutterman taking over the lefty for the Foxes. We'll try to hold Boulder where they're at, 8-7 the count. Gutterman on to handle the top of 7 with Xavier Farnham, Ethan Fillinger, and Mason Griffin coming up. Logan Gutterman, lefty, first pitch is a ball to Xavier Farnham. 64's catcher steps back in. Gutterman, pitch 2 is better. That's a 1-1 count. Dominic Selfo went 3 2/3. TJ McCraw went 2 innings for the Foxes, and then Kieran Lawing a third of an inning to get out of the 6th. Fouled back by Farnham. 1-2 count stays on the board. Fox's pitchers have combined for 5 strikeouts, 5 walks across 6 innings pitched. There's a strikeout from Gutterman, sends away Xavier Farnham. Nice finish.
Up to bat, number 29, Ethan Fillinger.
Ethan Fillinger is the number 6 batter for the 64's. 0 for 3 on the day. Gutterman, the 4th pitcher of the game for Fort Collins. For Boulder, they've seen 2 pitchers on the hill. Carter Swan, the starter, strike 1-1 count. Swan went 4 innings through 75 pitches. 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks for Swan. Now Breck Benedict has 2 innings recorded. 1 hit, 2 runs, none earned. A couple strikeouts for Benedict and a walk. 32 pitches for Breck through 2 innings. A couple balls find their way into the plate area for a 3-1 count. 3-1 into the zone is going to go foul out of play right side. Over the head of Ryan Othen in the bullpen for the Foxes. Big difference in the game to this point. Foxes have 1 extra base hit. That was a leadoff double in the bottom of the 1st from Nori Todd. Walk pitch to Fillinger. 1 out and 1 on. 1 extra base hit for Foxes, the double from Nori Todd. While the Boulder 64's have 5 extra base hits, including 3 home runs. Doubles from Xavier Farnham and Jackson Bryant. Farnham's double was a 2 RBI swing. Gutterman gets a reach and a swing miss from Mason Griffin. Home runs from Bryce Robinette. That was a 2-run shot. Mason Griffin, a solo shot in the 4th. He's back up right now. And Logan Carney, a 2-run shot in the 5th. Foul from Griffin down the first base side. (0-2) count to Griffin. Step off, quick toss from Gutterman. Diving back goes Fillinger. Reset for Gutterman. 0-2 pitch is down and away. Elijah Morales, the low receive position. Extended left leg out toward third base. Held onto that pitch, skipping through the dirt. Gutterman again goes out there. Better pitch, just missed. Previous one missed down and away pretty heavy. This one back toward the zone, just missed the strikeout. Now a 2-2 count. Spins one there. Griffin skies it to center. Nori Todd face to the sky, drifts over and records the second out. Fly out from Griffin. Cale Hamrick batting for the 64's. Runner stuck at first base for the moment. Ethan Fillinger off his walk. Number 8 batter, Cale Hamrick. 2 walks for Hamrick and a strikeout. Takes a ball. Gutterman again, and this one spins to the zone. It's a 1-1 count. Outer edge, nice pitch. Hamrick thought it was a little too far off. He grimaces and finds his way back in. Kale from Sheridan, Wyoming. Hutchinson, CC in Kansas. Hamrick, shortstop with a 1-2 count. Back up the middle. It's deflected by Gutterman, and that's going to be an infield hit. I don't know if it hit Gutterman or the pitcher's rubber. Elijah Morales wants to check on him. I think it did hit Logan. He didn't give this the indication like that actually didn't hit me. It hit the rubber, but I think it hit a shoe. I think it got the solid rubber part of the shoe is my best guess, unless he's just a machine. He didn't flinch at all. Shot back up the middle, puts runners on first and second. Infield hit for Cale Hamrick. Hamrick on at 1. Now Adam Moser. Moser lobs that to left, going to bring the runner around. Hella at short, made the play, relay through, the ball pops loose, runner safe. Fillinger, now here comes the trail runner Hamrick. Throw to the plate, no good there, and runners everywhere. It's a single for Moser. 2 runs have scored. One RBI on the swing from Moser. He brings around Fillinger. It was a play at the plate. Ball popped loose on the sweep tag try. And then with that action, Hamrick comes around all the way from his start at first base on that shallow pop to left. 10-7. Morales had that pop out of his glove, but Moser will stay back at third base. It's an RBI single for Moser, and 2 runs come in on a scramble around the plate area on the backside of that. 1-0 count. Gutterman is wide for a 2-0 count. Gutterman's pitch hit to second base. Owen Mays got it on the line out by C.J. Trask. L4. 2 more runs. That is 3 consecutive innings of 2-run production from the Boulder 64's. They had 2 hits in the inning. They've scored 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Into double digits. They go 10-7 the lead. The Foxes in the bottom of the 7th of a 9-inning game. Hank Smith, number 3 spot in the order, will lead it off.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be always in your
If it wasn't hard, everyone would do second base. The hard keep your foot is what makes first. It great. You want to have a catch, Smalls?
This is a test of the emergency alert system. Run! This has been a test of the emergency alert system. In the event of an actual emergency, you're probably cooked.
All yard baseball. All yard baseball. All yard baseball. All yard baseball.
Breck Benedict carries on for the Boulder 64's. Good relief appearance from Breck as he goes to work on Hank Smith. Breck entered the game against Hank Smith with the bases full in the 5th and struck him out for the first out of the inning. A big jam was in play in that 5th inning when Breck came in, relieving Carter Swan. Gets a soft chopper from Smith, and a pitcher flipped to first base for the first out.
Now batting number 32, Nick Bertucci.
Oh, man, I just blew the 7th inning stretch. We're going to get it. It's still going to – no, I really can't make a case for it after this half inning. It won't – I mean, I guess it's not – it'd be end of 7th. We'll call it that, the end of 7th stretch. We'll get you to take me out to the ball game, I think, if I remember to do it, as I produce my own stuff here and try to keep up with all the spinning gears of a 10-7 ball game. Strike one, now ball one levels the count from Benedict to Bertucci.
Let's go, Fox.
Phoenix West on deck for the Foxes, who trail by 3. As we get to the trail portion of this game, the sunset of today's matchup between the Foxes and the 64's. Xavier Farnham seems to be shaking off a little something there. 3-1 count to Bertucci. Fouled off. Benedict's pitch is lined towards short, and that crumbles. Cale Hamrick, sinking liner from Bertucci. And with the way he swings it, you read off the bat for the speed of the ball, and it's short. Hamrick, he sort of backstepped a little, trying to maybe pick up a one-hop backhand, but that ball took him to the ground, and it's through on base for Nick Bertucci. Throw was in the sunshine. Logan Carney took the pick throw from Benedict and then tossed it back. It was right on the money, but it was right in the blazing sun to the northwest of Fort Collins, coming over the foothills. Benedict was blinded on that throwback and couldn't catch it. His third baseman sharply behind him there, Jackson Bryant, heads up on that ball. It just died in the grass, didn't go very far, but it was a nothing happening to what's going on sequence. West takes a strike, 1-1 count. Benedict on the 1-1 pitch. West tried to check his swing, and chopper in front of the plate. Nice play by Xavier Farnham, and a good reach across the line by Logan Carney. Bertucci along to second, but that's an oops. Ground out to catcher. Farnham jumps on it. Good play by Xavier. Hiram, the Pioneers mascot, is dancing in the bleachers in game 1 of 2 games today from Gearing, Nebraska. Looks like they're about to wrap it up. This ball from Elijah Einen's got some teeth on it. Exit stage. Yeah, that's breaking the 4th wall. That's right down the middle. Elijah Einen with 2 outs. And that inning feeling like it was dying out. Einen hammers a pitch over the left center wall. Elijah, what a summer he's having with the bat. 2-run shot. Fox is back within one. Bertucci's hard ball to shortstop. Sets up a 2-run swing from Elijah Einen. Impressive power shot out over the taller wall and just left of center from Einen. Now 10-9 the score. Bases clear with 2 out. Benedict. Good outside edge pitch. Owen May has a 1-2 count. Yeah, it looks like that game in Gearing went final on a run rule. That pitch is out wide. The Pioneers pounding the Pueblo Spradley Collegians 19-5 in game 1 of 2 today. Get that score added to the updated results and standings board on FrontRangeLeague.com. May swats one the other way to CJ Trask, ground out to second base. It's a 2-run answer by the Foxes. They gave up 2 in the top of the 7th and come back with 2 of their own from an Einen 2-run shot. 2 hits in the inning, a single, if you want to score it that way, it's short, and a home run. And the Foxes have themselves right back at it. Good finish, 10-9 with 2 frames remaining. It's the 2, 3, and 4 batters, Robinette, Bryant, Carney for the 64's. Foxes, with 2 frames remaining, go to a more extended closing roll for Nick Bertucci, who hammers fastball for strike 1. Bertucci, hard-throwing righty, enters in the 8th, trying to hold the 64's and give the Foxes a chance to pop on top here. Robinette late on the swing. It's an 0-2 count. Nick goes right to business. Straight gas on 2 pitches and 2 strikes. Working quickly, Bertucci. Elevated above the strike zone. I just entered the final score from Gearing in game 1 of their 2 today. 19-5 Pioneers answer after losing 3-1 last night. That's off of Nick up the middle, off his lower leg. And Bryce Robinette hangs in there with 2 strikes, sends one back through the box. Single for Robinette. Bertucci doesn't need any check on. No evaluation there as Nick gets the ball back, jumps right back on the hill. And goes right back to the zone. Jackson Bryant takes strike one. Bryant has not been retired tonight in 4 plate appearances, 3 hits and a walk. 0-1 count. Bertucci spikes that one, bounces it through. Morales took a shot, I think, to the wrist. And a move up to second base on a wild one. Robinette now at 2. Bertucci ready. He's waiting on Bryant. Plate umpire Mason Boscia signals him in, and now Bertucci steps off. He wants Elijah Morales to come and talk, so Elijah coming out. And they got the runner at 2 back there. It's Bryce Robinette, so you have the teammate potentially able to relay some information. Bertucci and Morales share notes and reset with a 1-1 count. Ball comes out of the hand hot from Bertucci. He's got a 2-1 status against Jackson Bryant. Logan Carney on deck. Gets that up in the zone. That's hit hard toward right center. That ball's over and out. Jackson Bryant, 2-run shot. Man, that Bryant is, in the most positive of ways, ridiculous. 2 RBI shot. Bryant, 4th hit on the day, 2 singles, a double, and that 2-run rocket. 12-9. They keep swapping 2 spots here. 2 more in the 8th. As Bryant got on a fastball. Carney now in with nobody out, nobody on. Strike 1 from Bertucci. Third base coach Brandon Wakefield, no dummy. He's about as far down the third base side coaching third as I've ever seen. He's not wanting to stand too close here with Carney swinging off of heaters from Bertucci. It could get on you quick. Again, the coaching staff for the Boulder 64's, head coach, the manager, Tony Rucco. Great work from Tony. He's been at it a while. I think he said 7 years with that particular program in Boulder. Fouled out of play. Assistant coaches Kent Gregory, Brandon Wakefield, and C.J. Pino. Coaching staff for the Foxes, Larry McCann and Jay O'Connor. Larry McCann heading up the effort. Bertucci's pitch is a slider that gets Carney swinging. He had the ball down on the ground, but Morales picks it up and sticks it on him for 1 away. Off of the fastballs. Bertucci goes to a spinning pitch that gets out number 1. Back to the heat. Xavier Farnham. He's going to knock that into left field. Base hit for Farnham. 3 hits in the inning for the 64's.
Number 29, Ethan Fillinger.
Fan calls out, roll it up. That means a couple different things in Colorado. In this case, requesting a double play ground ball. Now and then I'll mention, you never want to offend anybody's depth of baseball knowledge. I trust you're all baseball genii. But for the one person out there who's on Baseball 101, I was walking through the bleachers between the games after grabbing lineups, and actually also a little bit of spaghetti and meatballs, the Foxes between-game meal provided by the Foxes staff. And I heard a young fan, little guy, asked his dad, Bertucci's pitch here is wide of the zone, 1-2 count. As I walked by a little guy and his dad, he said, "So what's stealing a base?" That reminded me that a lot of people at different points in their walk along the baseball path. Ethan Fillinger has a walk in this game. He's 0 for 3. And a strikeout there from Bertucci. Nick, I like how he's approaching this. Comes on the hill, set and determined to mow through the heart of the order for the 64's. A good hitting team. Robinette, the single back to the middle off of the pitcher Bertucci. Gets the long ball. Now he's got a strikeout, single and strikeout. Like how Nick's competing on the hill here. Hitting a few bumps in the road in the 8th. He's got a strike against Mason Griffin, who swung and missed. Griffin gets a pitch that's up in the zone, and he knocks that into center field. Todd tries to glove it. It goes to the fence. Runner coming around. Here's the throw from Hella at the plate, and that is behind the slide of Xavier Farnham, who scores on it. Double from Mason Griffin. Another RBI for Mason. He's got 2 in the game. Couple extra base hits. He's 2 for 5 with a double and a home run. Griffin comes through with another run for the 64's. Xavier Farnham scoring from first. That ball hit just to the right of center, and on the run, Nori Todd tried to flag it. The glove, it bounced past him. Really no error on the play, just trying to knock it down and get it back in quicker, but it bounced to the wall. That was just enough, just barely enough to get Xavier Farnham home with the tag of Elijah Morales just after the plate touch. Ball 1 to Cale Hamrick. Two teams who I'm sure they both have expectations to be in the Front Range League Finals on August 2 and August 3 here in Fort Collins. For the 64's, a good opportunity to see a bunch of different arms, including Bertucci, just to have seen these things before a playoff scenario. 1-2 count. 3 runs in the inning. Foxes will have Aiden Young, Ronan Hella, and Nori Todd coming up 8-9-1. Strikeout pitch, breaking ball, and Hamrick strikes out, looking. Give him 3 in the top of the 8th. Wow, Boulder 64 is productive at the plate today. 4 hits in the inning, 3 runs. They've scored in, 6 consecutive innings? Hold on, let me back that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, didn't score in the first, didn't score in the second. Since the 3rd inning, it's gone like this. 3 runs, then 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 3 there in the 8th. 13-9 with 2 cracks at it remaining for the Fort Collins Foxes. Aiden Young due up.
Hey, it's Max Alpha, head coach, manager, governor, executive, chief of Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite in my 5-ton pickup truck that I bought at Cartropolis. One of my 4 vehicles, one of only 6 total vehicles in the village of Sugar Lake. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite tryouts are coming up. Be there if you want to be elite. We only take people who are better than everybody else. If you want to be the best, be at tryouts. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. Do not look at our record on Game Changer. We're the elitist. We will cover airfare for anybody across the globe who believes they're better than anybody else. We'll pay for you to be at our tryout. Don't miss it. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. We're just better than you.
Reminder of what's at stake in this game. The front-running teams in the Front Range League are squaring off, and the Boulder 64's come in today 2 games behind the Foxes. With a win today, they would go into the All-Star brief hiatus back by a game, just 1 behind the Foxes in the standings. And this would make the series on the season a tally of 4 wins and 2 losses for Boulder. They lead the series 3-2 right now. The only 3 losses of the entire year for the Foxes have all come against the 64's. 2-0 count from Benedict. He's got a chopper down the line. Young's got it fair side of the third base bag. Young around first. Young heading to second, and he's easily in. Leadoff double from the number 8 spot. Aiden Young hammers a pitch, pull shot down the third base line. Ronan Hella is the shortstop for the Foxes. He's on the pitching list for the All-Star game. Talked to Chris Nobbenshoe during today's earlier game. NOCO Prospectors beating Greeley Grays 19-17 in a ping pong match. Score like a ping pong game. Pitch up to Hella, 2-0 count. And Coach Nobbenshoe will be coaching one of the All-Star teams Tuesday night. Easton Babe from the Pioneers of Western Nebraska. Babe will coach the other. 2-0 pitch from Benedict is down 3-0. And the structure of the All-Star game, there are 9 pitchers on each team, and they're each slated to go 1 inning. Time requested from Hella. He's got to fix the left side protective gear on his foot and ankle. 3-0 count. Benedict trying to stay in the count. Does with a pitch there, 3-1. Shadows, as you can see now, have engulfed the home plate circle. Right field's got a little bit of shade, but otherwise it's an interesting pattern right now with the bright sunlight everywhere else and then that full shade along the first base line and all around the home plate circle. First 2 are aboard. Hella takes a walk. Breck Benedict, good long relief appearance. 19-5 the final score in Gering, with one more game about to get running on a 2-game day for the Pueblo Spradley Collegians and the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Going to send them live right now, in fact, on the Front Range Baseball Network. I watch ball 1 to Nori Todd, and I click the connector button on the Front Range Baseball Network. Now up and running game 2 from Gering, Nebraska. Nori Todd fouls it off. Game in first inning warm-up mode. Pitcher taking his tosses at Oregon Trail Park. Collegians and Pioneers about to start the top of the first. Pop up from Todd. Xavier Farnham made the catch. Had to reach back for that. That ball spin as it will on a pop-up like that, and the breeze blowing today, and Farnham leapt back toward the infield with his back to the infield. Had to make a A sort of leap reach move to glove it. Made it happen. Todd is out on the pop-up. Not sure if we're selling beer here today or what, but we got some little extra verbal flavor going on today. Some like their smack talk in baseball. I don't. Breck Benedict is done, and that's a pretty good run for Breck in relief. Nicely done from the Fossil Ridge High grad. Breck Benedict departs, and one of his former teammates, Jensen Planansky, steps out of the dugout and receives him back as he heads off the hill. Planansky and Benedict teammates at Fossil Ridge, and a portion of their days there. The relief change out to the right-hander, Jacob Amador. Now on the hill for the Boulder 64's. For Breck Benedict in this relief appearance, he's just the second pitcher. Now the third pitcher up is Amador. Benedict, 3 1/3 innings handled by Breck. 3 hits across 3 1/3. 4 runs, none earned. He's got 2 runners out there, his responsibility, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Breck threw 61 pitches, 32 of those for strikes, and grinded through some ABs. Breck gets 3 innings plus an out handled in this matchup with the first place team in the league. Again, this is the 6th meeting of the year between these teams, with Boulder holding a 3-2 advantage, and they're in position to make it 4-2. Still some work to do. Bottom of 8. Foxes would love to carve down the 4-run deficit. It's going to be in the top of the 9th. Boulder's going to have their 9-1-2 with Adam Moser, CJ Trask, and Bryce Robinette batting for the 64's. And the Foxes are sitting on their number 2 spot right now in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out and 2 on. Elijah Morales, catcher, waiting to take his righty-on-righty AB with Jacob Amador. 5'10" right-handed pitcher. Pitches at Porterville College in California, hometown of Boulder. Jacob Amador pitching for his hometown summer collegiate team.
Now batting number 29, Eli Morales.
Blaze Morales. Foxes need something here. Let me double check it, but I think when I looked earlier, the Nick Bertucci 8 home runs leads the team. Second most on at least the printout that I've got, the stats summary that I got pregame from Preston Munch with the Foxes, had second most home runs from this guy right here, Elijah Morales, with 3 long balls on the year. He goes back up the middle, off the glove of the pitcher. That's going to be flagged down on the infield. That'll save a run. CJ Trask, nice job to go desperation behind the bag. No out could be recorded. It's off the glove of Amador. Rolls just across the grass line at the back of the infield towards center. And the bases are full, and Hank Smith, single for Morales, bases full, Young at third, Hella at second. Hank Smith in, bounce pitch, blocked by Xavier Farnham. And I need to update your outs if you're cursing your screen, monitor, phone, whatever you got this thing going on. There's one away. Just triggered that up. Amador's pitch to Smith, righty to lefty, back through the middle. That's off the mound, launches a little bit. Hella coming around third. Slight bobble in center, and wouldn't have made a difference. Runners are all the way around. Smith has first. Everybody else gets 2 bags out of that. And it's Young, well, he got one bag. Fine, he was at third. That's all he could get. Ronan Hella scores the second run on that swing. Elijah Morales goes around to third, and Hank Smith knocks in a pair. Here come the Foxes. They answer again. Back and forth, the offense's battle. 13-11, and Nick Bertucci's in against Amador. Bertucci goes through the left side, base hit. That'll knock in a run. Foxes are within one. First pitch, Bertucci hammers home Elijah Morales.
Foxes 12, 64's 13.
Second RBI of the day for Bertucci. He walked to push in a run in the fifth, and he's got back-to-back singles in the seventh and the eighth. Nick scored in the seventh after his single there. Now he does it again in the eighth, and it's 13-12. Foxes down by one. They've got Phoenix. No, they don't have Phoenix West. They got a pinch hit here. Cade Gavina is taking this one. This is where Phoenix West was. I was looking down, updating the score bug and whatnot, and Gavina is announced in as the pinch hitter with one out in the bottom of the eighth. He's got this through the middle. That ball's going to get down. Again, a hard shot towards center, going to hold the runner around third. The throw is up the line just a little bit, bounces away, and Farnham will chase it down. No extra bags there. Cade Gavina. You hear interviews all the time with pinch hitting specialists. So how do you do it? What do you do to be ready? Mostly they just kind of like, just try to get a good swing. Here's a visit from Tony Rucco for the 64's, who still lead by one, but they've got one out, and the base is jammed with Foxes. To this point, the bottom of the eighth inning is a 3-run frame. That matches the 3 put up by the 64's in the top half. And it will be a pitching change. Amador will be out, and the 64's, after a good long run from Breck Benedict, going to have to make another change in this inning here for the 64's. Ryan Cook, an all-star in the Front Range League this year. Congrats to Ryan on that recognition. He's going to dig out a little hole for his landing spot. The righty will warm up to catcher Xavier Farnham, and the Foxes trying to overtake the 64's in the bottom of the eighth. Bags full, down by one for the Foxes. And heads up, Elijah Einen coming to the plate. He is 3 for 4 on the day. 2 singles and a 2-run bomb last inning. Einen will bat next.
If you're a real baseball player, that guy's a dude. You gotta have the newest, expensivest bat on the market. Bro. And it's gotta have the coolest name. Bro. Brand new. Just dropped. Tanks. Whatever the newest metals and materials might be, this bat is always one evolution newer. The Batco Crouching Tiger Nuke Mash Pummel Destroy Quad X Quadruple Extreme. Making mediocre hitters superstars. That guy's a dude. $600 at a time. Bro.
Ryan Cook has pitched a bunch this summer for the Boulder 64's. He's on now against Elijah Einen. Einen with 2 home runs on the season for the Foxes. He's got the bags full, does Elijah, for this at-bat. He's been a quality professional hitter. 35 RBI, that's the most I see of any Fox. 35 knocked in. For Ryan Cook, the new pitcher up, the reliever, before this appearance, 22 innings pitched. He's now making his 7th appearance on the season. He started 4 times. This is his 3rd relief appearance for the 64's. Pitch to Einen is an off-speed pitch that got him. Good pitch from Ryan Cook. Cook pitches at Angelo State University in Texas out of Evergreen, Colorado. 2 strikes against Einen. Righty on righty. Worked it down and away. Didn't miss by much. Elijah Einen, big on the right side. 6'3", his listing. Elijah, a sizey number 6 hitter in the order. 1-2 pitch. Foxes trying to tie it up or take the lead. Einen slaps that foul right side. Use that scoop swing to fend off a good pitch. Just drop the barrel down and push that ball foul to the right side. Shadows all around the home plate circle, almost perfectly arcing along the front lip of the edge of that circle. Here's Cook's pitch, 1-2. Goes off speed. That's through Carney. It rolls near the bag. Einen race to the bag. Out is the call as Elijah dives in, and I hope his hand is all right. Elijah went in hard on that. He is out at first base. That will score the tying run. Einen hit a shot to Carney at first. It banged off of the first baseman's glove, and Logan chased it down, beat Einen to the bag. Larry McCann's coming out, going to ask if there's any chance of getting help because the Foxes in the first base dugout feel like it was pretty clear that Einen beat it on the head first dive in. So Larry McCann just saying, would you please just see if your partner saw anything else? And he's not getting the agreement from the field umpire, Daryl Ferguson. He said he's got the call, he's got the best angle, got the shortest distance to that view, and so Larry McCann came out and did what he's got to do, trying to get a little help, but not granted. And it's a tie game now with 2 out. 13-13 the score with go-ahead run at third base. It's Bertucci over there. Hank Smith just scored the tying run. That's an unassisted ground out to first base with an RBI for Einen. And Owen May has the moment. May swings on a tough pitch from Cook that arced through his swing. 1-1 count, 2 down. Strong finish here. Long day of ball at City Park. That first game, NOCO Prospectors Greeley Grays. About 3.5 hours of 19-17 baseball. Good finish to cap off between the 64's and the Foxes. That ball chops off the lip in front of the plate. It's going to score 2. Give it a single and an RBI, and then the drop ball on the exchange try lets Gavina score. And that has come into play numerous times here at City Park Ball Field. There's a big lip on the front edge of that circle at home plate. He hit a ramp shot off of there, did Owen May. It's a single. He's going to beat that throw, and then Cale Hamrick was trying to go fast on the exchange, dropped it, and both runners score. Owen May comes through with an important and lead-changing hack in the bottom of the 8th. Now a shot to center from Aiden Young. That will check up in center field to Adam Moser. And the Foxes flip the scoreboard and give themselves a chance to close out in the top of the 9th. We'll see if Bertucci comes back, see what the Foxes do with the close roll here. Up 15-13 after 8 innings of play. Big inning for the Foxes. They get 6 in the bottom of the 8th. Try to close now on the 64's in the 9th. It's the 9-1-2 for the Boulder 64's. Moser fouls off on a shorten up. Second pitch from Nick Bertucci. Missed in right across the elbows of Moser. Single his last time up. He's got 2 hits in the game, Moser. Adam looks at a 1-1 from Bertucci. Working from the stretch. He destroys a fastball, and it's a 1-run game. That one is over 3 fans sitting in the left center area beyond the fence, and Moser hammers one gone. Now the lead down to 1. That makes it 7 consecutive innings with runs scoring for the Boulder 64's. 7 consecutive frames after scoreless in the first and second. Bertucci switches it up, spins one to the zone. Strike 1. Now the top of the order, C.J. Trask. Gauntlet here. Good pitch again. Darkens that one up, bending away from Trask, who swats at it for nothing. I ran down between innings. Checked on the radar gun crew down there. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Boom, right through the zone. Trask looks at it. And that's 1. Leadoff bomb from Adam Moser. Strikeout on the answer from Bertucci. Bryce Robinette. Another round of baseballs being offered up to plate umpire Mason Boscia. 1 out, 1 run advantage for the home team, trying to close it here in the top of the 9th. Bertucci gets a soft swat to the right side. Owen May has the ground ball pickup. 1 pitch to Robinette is a ground ball to second base. Bertucci got him extended. Robinette came disconnected at the middle there. Legs got away from the arms, and he soft swatted to second base. And now Jackson Bryant homered off of Bertucci last inning. I went and asked the radar gun crew down below, Connor Grease and Connor Kearns. They said, Bertucci, here's pitch 1 to Bryant. He got him with a slider there. Fastball has been sitting around 87 with a top of 92 for Bertucci. 1 strike, 2 out. 2 strikes. Heat through the zone, and Jackson Bryant, I haven't seen everybody's stats, but perhaps the top hitter this season in the Front Range League. Good guy for the 64's to have up, dealing with an 0-2 pitch. He's going to send that into left. Good grief. Jackson Bryant That dude is just crazy, ridiculous, unbelievable hit. I mean, there's not enough you can say. I don't even know words to use for the guy. Insert your own adornments. Jackson Bryant. He is 5 for 5 on the day, and he has 1 walk in his total of 6 plate appearances. Now it's Logan Carney, and again, Bertucci starts him with a wrinkle. Got a slider coming in for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 2, and Carney shakes his head thinking, I didn't quite like that one as much as far as its zone placement. 0-2. They were down to their last strike a batter ago. Here they are again. That is it. Morales puts that down at the plate, and Nick Bertucci gets the close after the 64's got him for 3 in the 8th. Gives up the solo jack to Moser. Base hit to Bryant. Gets 2 strikeouts in the frame, and the Fort Collins Foxes push their lead out to 3 games over the Boulder 64's at the All-Star hiatus. Monday, Tuesday All-Star action in Gearing, Nebraska, hosted by the Western Nebraska Pioneers and sponsored by Arrowhead Distributing. And the Foxes are going to go into the All-Star stoppage with a 3-game lead over the Boulder 64's, who have the Western Nebraska Pioneers on their heels and the Pueblo Spradley Collegians right behind them. Great finish to this ball game. Another high run production, 15-14 win for the home team, Fort Collins Foxes. Teams have now met 6 times on the season. They've split those games 3-3. Congratulations to all the All-Stars. And again, it's Shane Crow and Nick Bertucci hitting in the home run derby in Gearing on Monday night. Each team 1 player in the home run derby. 8 guys going to derby it up, including Bertucci and Crow. And then on Tuesday, congrats to all the players from both of these teams, a whole bunch of them sprinkled across both rosters. Foxes and 64's represented at the Front Range League All-Star Game on Tuesday in Gearing, Nebraska. Final count, 15-14. Foxes get a 6-run 8th inning, 6 runs on 6 hits. Singles from Elijah Morales, Hank Smith, Nick Bertucci, Phoenix West. Single from Owen May and a double from Aiden Young. Build up the 6-run outcome. And that pushes the Foxes just enough for a 1-run win over the Boulder 64's. Thanks to Tony Rucco and the coaching staff for the Boulder 64's, and thanks to Larry McCann and the coaching staff and crew of the Fort Collins Foxes, our 2-umpire crew today. Thank you to Daryl Ferguson on bases and Mason Boscia behind the plate. Good to have everybody along for another ball day at City Park in Fort Collins, where the Foxes win it by 1. I'll talk to you tomorrow night from the Home Run Derby in Gearing, Nebraska on the Front Range Baseball Network. I'm Thad Anderson. So long from Fort Collins.